Hello everyone, welcome to the new video on 3-minute series for prelims. In this video, we'll be discussing about GM crops, that is genetically modified crops. GM crops are made through the process of biotechnology, where a DNA of a foreign particle is introduced into the genome of an organism, and then the cells are grown in the tissue culture to transform them into plants. The seeds produced by the plants have the modified DNA, and these are used for commercial production. The main purpose of planting or having these GM crops is it gives a better yield and it has longer shelf life and it has increased resistance to drought, insects and pests. This happens because the DNA which is susceptible to the pest and drought is being replaced by the foreign DNA which is resistant to drought, insects and pests. Now let us look into the disadvantages of GM crops. It reduces the species diversity. That is, for example, if the GM crop is made insect resistant, then that plant can harm the insects that are not their intended target and which may eventually lead to the destruction of that particular insect species. It also gives patent protection to the GM crop developers. The cost for developing the GM crops is very high, which is usually done by big companies such as Monsanto, etc. And the patent protection on these GM crops will give a monopoly for them not to share the patent and thus creating economic imbalances in the country. The GM crops violates the natural organism's intrinsic values as we are tweaking the DNA of that particular organism. Now let us look into the regulatory procedure. The rules for manufacture, use and import-export are dealt under the Environment Protection Act of 1986 and these are notified by the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change. The procedure goes like this. A GM crop developer submits an application to the GEAC, that is Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, which is a committee formed under the Environment Protection Act and which gives approval for the pilot production as well as the normal production. After the approval by the GEAC, it goes to the minister who is the final deciding authority whether the crop should be grown in India or not. Now let us look into the crop. One is GM mustard. It is also called the Dhara Mustard Hybrid 11 or the DMH11, developed by the University of Delhi to reduce India's oil import bill on oilseeds. The trial of GM mustard was initially submitted by the University of Delhi to the GEAC, which approved for the pilot production. The pilot production is called the Biosafety Research Level 1, where it has to be carried out under the supervision of the ICAR, that is Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Then the problems and the report is submitted to the GEAC and GEAC opens the report for the public opinion and a final report for the clearance of the GM mustard is given by the GEAC and then goes to the minister for his approval. In the case of GM mustard, the GEAC cleared initially for the mass production, but later it retracted its application and sought for more tests and additional data concerning the effect of DMH11 on insect pollinators, etc. Now let us solve this question. With reference to the GM mustard developed in India, consider the following statements. The answer for this question is B2 only. As we can see that the GM mustard has been developed by University of Delhi and not the Punjab Agricultural University. Therefore, through the process of elimination, 3 can be eliminated and the only option left is B, 2 only. Thank you.